Watch. Hit people in them. It's hit people. Hit people. So oh, sorry.
So this show running?
I didn't realize he was there. Yeah, so audio. It's 7:00 in the morning. It's his people.
Proudly.
I don't like what I'm saying.
Proudly.
All right, we're at murder number 5. 2 murders over the weekend. Feels like old times.
Yeah, I mean,
how do you get a grip on this?
As Tupac said, I see no changes. Wake up in the morning.
We were dealing with this forever. How do we get a grip on that?
All right, so what was the response?
I think okay.
What was the response? The response was the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, I'm reading this from Eyewitness News, Sinclair Leacock, met on Sunday, so I guess this was an emergency meeting, called on Sunday with Commissioner of Police Enfield Williams and senior members of the police force and Coast Guard as the country recorded its 4th killing in 3 weeks. 2 killings, one on Friday, another on Saturday, have brought the homicide count in the country to 5. We're ahead of the rate last year, which is 40. The 3-hour meeting in Kingstown following the shooting deaths, discussion focused on a broad range of matters directly impacting public safety and citizen security. Key areas included crime prevention strategies, the proliferation of illegal firearms, gun-related crimes, gang activity, police manpower and attrition, operational assets, working conditions, traffic management, emoluments, and overall capacity enhancement within the security services. During the MECOT, Leacock understood that the foremost response of any government is the protection and safety of its citizens. He says, too many firearms in the hands of the wrong people. Leacock announced that the government will undertake an immediate review of the process for issuing firearm licenses and permits. He indicated that more rigorous background checks will be implemented and disclosed that licenses previously issued for high-powered rifles to civilians will be revoked. Listen, I've heard him say this. This must be the 3rd time he said this. There are people with licensed firearms who are going to lose them based off what he's saying.
What he's saying there, to me,
because he keeps saying it.
It sounds to me like they have a register, and maybe they went through the register, and some of the names that they're seeing, the same.
So it sounds like they're going to review the whole list.
Side, the persons that does the applications now, they probably review that too, and say, well, nah, you know, Chris, that do that.
Well, I mean, for a long time, we heard that a firearm license became a bit of a gift under the previous administration rather than
by merit.
Yeah.
Or
by necessity.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It looked like it became a gift of loyalty.
And it or reward.
Yeah. Or reward, yeah.
And it looks, because I just keep hearing him mention this. He said it too many times now. They're clearly gonna go through that list.
I haven't gone through there.
People with legit firearms are gonna lose them.
Is it just the assault rifles, or are they gonna take pistols as well?
If I had to guess, I'm gonna say handguns as well.
They give licensing for
so he says
high-power rifles.
So he said.
I didn't know that.
I know him.
That is news to me. I didn't know you could get like a license for an AR-15 or an M16.
You could get that. Why to do what?
I don't know if they're the guns that he's talking about, but
assault rifles.
Assault. Why would you need an assault rifle? Who would need an assault rifle?
Police, maybe.
But but what does a private citizen?
Yeah, I mean, which private citizen would need an
assault rifle?
That's my American. That's my right as an American.
Got my Bible and my gun.
and my dog.
Addressing the issue of gangs and gang-related activity, the Deputy Prime Minister said no gang or individual will be permitted to exert control over any part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Easier said than done.
Listen, man.
Gangs are pervasive. Gangs are not necessarily organized structures either. Gangs can be loose affiliations of people.
Yeah.
Sometimes childhood friends, sometimes neighborhood friends.
Just a little bit of affinity.
Yeah, affinity and maybe a common cause.
Yeah. But I like the idea of it. I mean, I think they're going to have to be a little radical. I think taking back people's licenses is on its way to being radical.
Yeah, for sure.
Because...
For sure. And it's not going to be popular.
Not all.
Yeah, that could be really unpopular.
He cautioned against the normalization of gang culture and stressed that the suppression of emerging gang activity requires a collaborative approach involving not only the police, but also government agencies, civil society, the private sector, faith-based organizations, schools, families, and communities. Listen, all that is true, but all that's been said before.
Need action.
We've heard it. We've heard it that it's a multifaceted approach, blah, 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 right? And I'm not saying they're wrong, but talk is cheaper.
Is this optics or?
Don't know. Let's go on. Let's go on and see if we could determine. Leacock assured the police high command of the government's full support for crime prevention and enforcement initiatives and committed to providing the necessary human, financial, and material resources to strengthen national security operations. Well, one thing that is interesting is he suggesting, because remember, the top cop is still there, same person as under the previous government. Is this a suggestion that the top cop wasn't the problem and that the previous government wasn't committed to getting in grips with gun crime? That's what this implies to me, because normally what you would say is you would blame the police, right? You blame the top cop. You're not doing your job. You're not enforcing it. You're not being aggressive enough. You're not being rigorous enough, whatever, right? And therefore we're going to replace you with somebody who is. This is implying that Enville wasn't the problem. Enville Williams wasn't the problem when it came to the proliferation of violence.
Were his hands tied?
Yeah, that's what it's implying.
You know, I was just going to ask you. You see, we're going back down the old playbook again. If you are the guy, right, that's the point man on this, it had to start with you, bro.
No, but read between the lines.
No, I get where you're going.
What the Minister of National Security is really saying,
right,
or suggesting, and
right,
he's not saying, he's suggesting,
right,
that the problem didn't lie
with him,
with
the
police, the top cop,
right. But back in that time, did he say, well, I made an application to Luke to get such and such done, to get this put in place, and it was denied? Did he do that?
That's a different thing,
oh,
right?
Okay.
But you might be right, and maybe you should have.
Be right, all right.
But the point I'm trying to make is that this would imply that the current government doesn't think that the top cop and his team were the problem.
Well,
this is implying that he's suggesting that the real problem was with the Minister of National Security from before, who wasn't prepared or willing or interested enough to deal with this. That be a fair assessment?
I think I said it multiple times now. I remember reading an article doing an assessment of crime and politics. And where there is widespread, or it looks like controlled crime, there's oftentimes
politicians
influence.
Involved.
There's oftentimes political influence. If you have a country that is plagued with drug trafficking and murders that go unsolved.
But if it is political interference, isn't that all the more reason why you make a switch?
Well, it's suggesting that Enville is not the problem.
Right. It goes above him. But what I'm saying to you, if it was going above him and use the man right under who above, you could cut it down and you don't do nothing. Isn't that more reason why?
I guess the argument is the police is a hierarchical organization, right? It relies on like a little bit like the military. It relies on everybody following the chain of command.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Otherwise you get breakdown. Mm-hmm. I can't undermine my senior officer, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Otherwise we're all doing our own thing. Mm-hmm. But it's not going to work. How different is this? So the implication then is that the problem was from the very top, not from the actual police.
But how different is this as we compare it, or if we could compare it to what we have spoken about a couple of weeks ago where we have people in positions who didn't say
who are not willing to
who are
talk.
not
Yeah,
willing.
and I agree, right? And we can't be hypocritical on this, right? Is that I think there is a requirement that people speak out and
right.
answer to the public.
Because
but
all I'm saying is this not all the more reason why.
but it does suggest though that at least in Leacock and the government's mind, they don't think that's the problem. They're thinking the problem was the political support from above, which is interesting because it gets into what Jagger was saying, is that there's a correlation between organized crime and political infiltration.
Chris is still right though.
No.
Right.
I mean, both can be right, huh? Both could be right.
If I'm taking direction, or I omit to address something because I feel like it will be politically unpopular for all in my own interest.
Yeah.
What do I want you there for?
There's something to be said there.
What?
Yeah, but this is all speculation as well.
But you also then, if that is the case, then you have to, like, the new government has to create a culture where people can speak out.
Yeah.
Right? That people are given that liberty to go to the public if they don't think they're getting addressed. But it's interesting. Really interesting.
So let's say that for what we could speculate, that the Minister of National Security intends to maybe rescind some firearm licenses. If your name ends up on that chopping block, and you have enemies, doesn't that leave you
naked?
Naked is
naked.
A proper word.
Stuck naked. Then what? Then what will happen is this.
Give me an example of that.
What will happen?
Right.
Okay, let me say I involve in, or not involved.
I've had a run-in with somebody.
With somebody.
And they might have an illegal firearm, whatever it is.
And they know that come back for me kind of see.
Right.
And
but a preventative measures that they know I have a legal firearm.
Right. And boom, you come and take it. And
right, but in that case, wouldn't it be a legit reason for you having it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, imagine you still end up on that chopping block. Maybe your name gets associated with other people, and they say, "Well, boy."
Then you know what I'm going to do. Then I go in the bush.
I have to go get a fire. I have to go get an illegal firearm.
And then you see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I have to go and get a slingshot somewhere.
I ain't going dog naked, as Chris said.
I tell you. And I am guessing that there would be persons who probably would have had run-ins with whomever.
Yeah. And
they have paper for what they have. And let me just say, like you said,
that might be the preventative measure that the person doesn't come at you. That
is he suggesting though that people with legal firearms who are actually criminals, gang members?
That wouldn't shock me.
Is that what he's suggesting?
If it was a gift back in whenever time,
not even just that,
I wouldn't.
You if you can't prove that I'm a criminal, let's say I have no criminal record, what would disqualify me from getting the licensed firearm? If I have land, a house, or whatever it is to protect, and I fall within all of the categories of qualification.
Yeah.
You might have a good idea that, boy, I involved in nefarious things, but where's your proof? If you don't have that proof, you're almost kind of entitled to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. That's when we come back. We'll say to the phone lines ringing off. Remember, Captain Lanos is open. Grab yourself some quiche this morning, patties, and so much more. We also hard drinks. Boy, a long time I know this, boy. Hard drinks, soft drinks. I forget.
He's like a tourist.
So much more.
Yeah.
Grab it at the Captain.
Can I big up Shelford, oi?
Yeah, right.
There's always know when you're coming, you always drop things like these. So big up Shelford there, and obviously we will see you later. Nice, and big up and thanks, many thanks at least. And maybe we go see you later. So big up my partner Shelford. He's back. So we're coming back this time.
Are you looking for